*009# For more information, call us on 111 free of charge. Brings you close.
Well, indeed, Orange is the proud sponsor of this program. It is our responsibility always bring to you what is happening and some of Orange major developments, their promotion. You listen to the Orange Football Czar and what have you, the internet package aspect. And mind you, now the prepaid card process is on. Be that lucky winner, and of course, hats up and congratulations to Echo Ben Liberia for that great venture coming up. Is the bit of entertainment. Congratulations to those graduating from the United Methodist University. I'm told Tuesday, January 30th, going to be that great program. And hats off to all of you for that long year that you guys went through academic activities, and especially to you, Miss Love Balutuka from the Public Administration Department. And my man Yanti took back from OKFN as well. Hats off, congratulations to all of you. Denge with this song, and of course, this song is called Grateful. I dedicate this song to all of you, especially our listeners.
Some kind of way I can get it. I was spoiled for. Some kind of way you can do it for me. I was spoiled for. Yeah, some people go sleep and I wake up. I go sleep, I wake up, people hustle, no day. Yeah, my hustle bring it some mountain. Oh, I was spoiled for. See, I pay your blessing that no man thing. Tell it before you can do it again. All kind of things can creep my skin. When you get my own, I go back in my leg corner. Back of a big one. You know why you make me a big one. When they make noise, I don't talk. Take a level, walking one side, the students and the profit, and they come in the big red one. Blessings of blessings. You know why you shower your blessing. Angela Jawana. No kind of way I can get it.
And so coming up shortly, we will be having in studio representing Clarence God District number 5, Maggie Kante will be our final segment guest. As soon as he walks in, we will be having that conversation with the representative here on Truth Dante 6.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. And congratulations to those appointed by President Joseph Boakai. We hope and pray that the confirmation process is going to go through, although there are some mounting pressure on some names nominated by the president. And though sometimes these things are beat of democracy, we'll take this very short break. Once we come back, we'll bring to you detail on our guest's final segment here this morning.
Some kind of way I can get it. I was spoiled for. Some kind of way you can do it for me. I was spoiled for. Some people go sleep and I wake up. I go sleep, I wake up. Oh, so no day.
And so shortly will bring you my Gibi District 5 representative and chairperson on popular accounts, Representative Clarence Gar. I'm told the traffic. And that's why we have said to many of us, living in Painesville, we got to start now to develop love for outside of Painesville.
was funny.
Chairman, yes. Since when you start liking football business?
Oh, the only score was yes, the only feeling that number now. This player just are playing nothing.
Yeah. Myself been playing to score more goals too. I've been playing since day.
Be a football czar. Score goals with your fingers by activating any orange service in the Football Czar campaign. There are 200 daily winners of 1.5 gigabytes of data, 101 weekly winners of a 50-inch TV, 125 kg bags of rice, 32 monthly winners of 1 keke, 1 motorbike, and 30 smartphones, and a grand raffle draw of a brand new vehicle. To check your goals and for more information about the services to activate, dial *009#. For more information, call us on 111 free of charge.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Lucky ball.
And so let's bring down this music again and I make this emphasis that we said it, and of course we expect that the needful be done. The needful be done. Like you listen to Representative Momo Siafa Poto, that works ongoing have been done at the legislature, where the president will be on Monday, as per the constitution, as per law, on the 4th working Monday. We expect that all be put in place to avoid the embarrassment that was encountered, if not experienced, that embarrassment that was experienced on the inauguration day, so that it should not be repeated. I'm told the BAC units be placed or in the joint chamber, so that that area will be friendly, that the atmosphere will be conducive, that nobody will go about fainting, and there will be nobody taking the program sheet, fanning his or herself with the program sheet. That even if you have on coat, even if you double your coat, you will not feel anything like heat. You will experience what they call comfort, total comfort at the legislature. I can tell you for sure, the House of Representatives, the chamber of the House of Representatives, there's total comfort there, even though the digitalization aspect is not completed yet. That has to do with the microphones being at each desk. There should not be microphone taken from one hand to another hand. There should be microphone on all of the desks, so that when a lawmaker is recognized to put forth his or her argument, that individual will be able to use his own microphone on the desk. And that system is being controlled by the guys, the technical guys who are in their booth controlling the microphones. And once the presiding in chambers recognizes the SYZ lawmaker, that person automatically have to press the button and get through by expressing themselves on that particular issue on a discussion. We're still awaiting Representative Clarence Guy. We told there's a little traffic guy now that the whole helm. Pingsville is getting so small for the population that I think it's already small. Pingsville is populated. That's for sure. You know that Pingsville is populated. Pingsville is actually populated. That's for sure. So again, we are with the anticipation. We are with the anticipation that Capitol building will not be overcrowded on Monday. That proper mechanisms will be put in place. That people who do not have access pass will not make their way in as it was with the inauguration. For the inauguration, it was stated that without pass, you will not be allowed around the premises of the legislature. You will not be allowed on the grounds of the legislature. You will not be allowed to parade through the corridors or to walk through the corridors of the legislature. Unfortunately, there were people who entered that compound, that area, without access pass. Unfortunately, there were people who just made their way through by people standing at the gate saying that person is XYZ lawmaker relative, that person is XYZ lawmaker daughter, that person is XYZ lawmaker friend, that person is XYZ incoming minister friend, that person is XYZ incoming director friend. And because of that, that area got overcrowded. This time, there should be proper regulation. People without access pass should not be given the access into that premises. So we will appreciate that. We will appreciate that people who will be in there should be people with access pass. Without access pass, there will be. I mean, there should not be any compromise.
And that's one.
There should not be any compromise.
Yeah, and that's one key issue I was about to talk about, because Monday it will be like a due day where everybody will be so glued to the radio. Some
Right.
will go on the internet to watch the message of the president. What happens recently. They want to make sure that the argument in the state are going to be different. The shift of the discussion is going to go to another trend to see as to whether the president will be able to be comfortable to speak to the country. I know some of those key issues that he's supposed to talk about. During the inauguration ceremony, he will be able to highlight those key points in his annual message to the nation, to hope that everything will be put in place. Please, people have been following recommendation from leaders of other political parties.
Right.
Everybody loves this country. Nobody hate Liberia. Nobody is praying for the West to happen. But once there is a mistake, and of course the second time down, we don't expect that mistake to continue. They're going to bring a kind of a serious embarrassment to our country.
Okay, so like we said to you, very shortly we will join Representative Clarence Guide of Maghibie County. We said to you that he's going to be here with us on the last segment. Of course, he's here. He has made his way through. And of course, like we said, Painesville is congested now. The city is small for the population. And that's why some of us, we're making our way in our county. We are giving more preference to being in our county than to be in Monrovia. We will come and do the work and go back to our county. We consider ourselves here as people who have come for greener pasture. I don't know about you who have left Grand Bassa County. What are you here for? Greener pasture, or you've migrated?
Right after the guests, I will address that.
So I don't know what our guys are ready now, so that we can link up. Yeah. So he has to put on the headphones so that there will be clarity in the questions asked. Thank you so kindly for listening to us. You're listening to the Truth Breakfast Show right here on Truth 96.1. We are live on Truth FM Real TV page. You can get us from there. We are also live on Truth FM 96.9 in Saclipie, Nima County. We are also live on Radio Maghibie in Kakata, Maghibie County, always relaying our programs. Truth FM 96.9 in Saclipie, Nima County, also relaying our program and the frequencies across the country. Representative Clarence Guy is our guest. He's here now. Good morning, Honorable. Welcome. This is the first time of you coming to RCA on radio appearance. Well, by the way, how you doing health wise? How is district number 5? I guess you always there. I guess you were re-elected on some basis. What exactly did the people say to you during your campaign for re-election?
high, together you can fix it.
Mm.
Based upon those messages, the book that covered the issues of rural connectivity in the environment,
Okay.
the issues of women empowerment, through macro loans, through business trainings, the issues about scholarship, youth empowerment, youth scholarship, and other business training.
Mm.
The issue about being religious tolerance, the issue about tutoring for the old folks, the disabled, amongst many. And during our first time,
Mm.
we were able to live up to some of our commitments to them. The issue of the giving rule, we were able to ensure that it was put into project and what status on it. Being religion tolerant, we were always with the Muslims and Christians. We were able to take some classes for children, put together the buildings of old churches in private district.
At your expense?
Yes, personally, but they do have
Okay.
possible to contribute. Even the church is using 27 pastors alone. That was done in 2021.
Okay.
And the youth empowerment, we have scholarship program for young people. Like if you in the district has 6 clans. You have the Wea clan, the Konikore clan, the Bafen, the Bajiko, the Kita, and the Kidela clan. And each of these clans have youth secretary to have intelligent community surrounding. If you look at the entire district, 6 clans have a single youth group.
Mm.
From talent youth to reach down to have a trickle-down effect on the youth public as a whole. So we do a crime youth secretary and set it up. So one of the things we have been putting forth is drugs. Someone was saying, why does this person not get up? If you are a lawmaker or you are a public servant, you don't do project based upon what you want to do. Here's why you see many times in our country, many projects have been done, they have been attacked by the public.
Okay.
Because those projects are not intended. But when the project comes to the public and they ask for aid, you give it to them. You utilize it. If you want to be a fast company, you just give it to them. You want a motorcycle that will transport our people every day. You can build a fast company, you don't know what to do. When you give them the money back, one they can transport patients from where they are to another facility.
So before you take on a project, you go about asking them as to what they want. Just before we come to the 55th, are there things you actually wanted to have done within the 54th legislature as a legislator that you didn't succeed in doing?
In terms of the work on the national scene,
I'm talking about in your district.
yes, there are issues that are still ongoing, like the issues of the health sector,
Mm.
the people. There are roadmaps for building clinics and health center hospitals by Ministry of Health and Protocol.
Right.
Now, if you look in my district, on first time there's a health center, there's a clinic, not a health center. So what there's a clinic, first time there's a clinic, not only there's a clinic, whatever there's a clinic. Now, between biggest time and we are like, we have one health center that's in Massachusetts. Now, people is a growing
Community.
the population is a different community of 2,000 regions. It more than 5,000 to 6,000 square feet. Now, you have the clinic that are incorporated by the company.
Mm.
The clinic cannot even accommodate all of the employees of the company easily because each employee has 5 to 8 minutes. If you have up to 1,000 employees and you multiply by 8, you have 1,000 employees.
Right.
we need to direct health facility within the whole community to accommodate the 30,000 patients. I remember there were many times one of our family died surprisingly to us. It was just like 2 hours.
Center there is more essential. These are some of the issues we were pushing. We fight for and it didn't work in the 54, and we want to ensure that we achieve them. Like the cleaning environment, the cleaning has gone up to 80%. Like recently, we had a case of a woman who died through childbirth. From Vayema to Kakata, it's like almost 30 minutes. And someone has to walk from that distance to Kakata. Even the 26, the 35, Division 35 stands to be quite of the camp that are around there. Firestone don't have a facility there for them. So everyone depends on Rennie. Rennie got burned. They don't have the capacity to accommodate everyone. People from across the Grand Bazaar who cannot reach to Buchanan, they come, they have their transactions in Magibi. This facility will also benefit them. So the facility has gone about 80%. That will also be a great achievement, not just because as a lawmaker, it's one of my watch is done, but it will also be a great achievement for the people because these are projects they have been yearning for over a period of time. Like the town hall that is in Lufitan, it has gone up to 75%. It's just to complete that.
Okay. Now,
there are more many that we thought of achieving in the 54 that we intend to achieve, not 100, if not 100%, but at least up to 90%.
But you are optimistic that they will be completed during the 55th?
Yes, that I can assure.
Okay. Let's get to the 2023 elections. It is of no secret that the 2023 election brought heavy division. And the Vice President, Jeremiah Koume, made that clear yesterday again. Have you been able to go about seeking some avenues for reconciliation? That is, you contested an election that had over 70 candidates, if I'm correct, and people being defeated, they will not be happy. Not all will be happy. I know there are people who congratulated you, and there are people up to now who are not congratulated you. What are your plans when it comes to reconciliation?
Again, what we did in 2017, we still intend to follow that path, but to modify it. Sometimes calling people at a round table in group, there are people who may not want to express themselves. Maybe other people may feel their expressions may be too harsh. Some people may feel their expression may be too personal. Some people feel their expression is now being patriotic. So normally we meet them individually. We sit with each candidate and talk, let bygone be bygone. How can we move our district forward? How can we move our country and our country alive? There's one person I also want to give a great emphasis to on this platform who has been most supportive. Even despite he contested twice in Lord, but he has always been a supporter, big brother, Honorable Anthony Opa Moses. Even when we got the preferment, he was one of the first person who reached out to me by calling and texting to congratulate me. That shows being not just a leader by mouth, but being a leader by heart. Despite he didn't get it twice, he was defeated by one Clarence guy, a younger brother. But for every time Clarence guy get an achievement, he always reached out to say congratulations. These are district issues. We are proud of you. And that's how it should be. Because I don't care, like I always say, I don't care how long I serve, I will leave this place one day. And there are people who will replace me. But you don't want to come into office and you don't respect the leader that is there, and you expect for people to respect you. Sometimes we have to cut space across space. If you didn't win, it means that you didn't get the confidence of the people at that time. Now that it is my time, all due courtesy should be given to me. We will reach out to everyone as soon as possible. But like after the elections, we had a greater challenge ahead of us. We had the rerun. After the rerun, we had the issue of the speakership elections. which just ended. We had inaugurations. The State of Nations address is this coming Monday. So we'll have a busy schedule. By February, we will start to reach out to see how best we can work together.
Okay, now let's come to the 50. Are there people from your circle, from the 54th, that you are missing? I know there are a lot of your colleagues who have not returned to the legislature. You have, it is of no secret now that former Speaker Buffer Timber, if not, man, not returned to the legislature. He from your circle, the CDC, Clarence Masakwe, he's not there. Ono Ben Fofana, he's not there. Representative T. Perosa Tapongwe, he's not there. Representative Jimmy Smith, he's not there. And you just named the rest of them. Have you started missing them? Are you missing them?
Augustine, there are some pains that you cannot express openly. Augustine, let me just give you a typical example. Augustine is my best friend. I come to True FM. He hosts me. He has been cordial to me. And then one day, Kasia is behind the microphone, and I was telling him, I miss Augustine when he's behind the microphone. He do well. Yes, it's true. That's my expression. But Kasia's feel bad because at that point he hosted me. Yeah, we enjoy the confidence of our people in the 54. All those who were in the 54 were based upon the confidence of our people. So those who are in the 55th is the same confidence of our people who brought them there. Yes, we have personal relationship with other colleagues that we are missing, but we cannot openly express that because those guys who want to feel like, oh, this medal. So the truth,
they're just being truthful.
No, it's true. There will be a lot of people, and there will be a lot of people you miss. You sit in the chamber with someone for 6 unbroken years. You had a relationship with them. You sit on the table at time with lunch. For lunch, breakfast, dinner, at a platform that everybody is pushing the nations. And one day that person can just cut off, and you see the person going to be languishing in the country. They have the potential, they have the experience, and they are not going to be in the chamber with you. It's not just that you miss them, but it hurt. Because 6 years is not enough for a person to showcase their potentials.
You think so?
It's not enough. Chief, it's not enough. I'm going to tell you definitely. If you go into the Congress of the United States, into the Parliament of Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, to build a resistant democracy, to build a persistent democracy, to build a perfect democracy, is to have lawmakers retained on a huge average basis. I will tell you the experience that I got now. When I came into the legislature, they were not. If you go in Nigeria, if you can browse the internet, ask for the longest serving member of Congress in America. Ask for senators. Because the longer the person serves, they bring to the table more experience.
So you regret that defeat?
Yeah, yes. I think that together we have done. Let me just give you a physical example of what is transpiring in our country now. If you look at the issues of the speakership elections, most of the old guys who came back stood together that yes, we respect the president. Yes, we will support the agenda of the president. But this time around, we think we need to make our own leader. We are not making our leader on the basis that we hate President Joseph Boakai. We are not making our own speaker on the basis that we want to undermine the leadership of President Joseph Boakai. But he came on a good platform, accountability and transparency. The Liberian buy into it. And the Constitution gave us sole responsibility of check and balances, to have oversight on the executive, to have independent oversight, is to ensure you have a leadership that is accountable to his members, then accountable to the executive. So if you look in the numbers, you hear up to 60 to 70% of the old guys standing back, Speaker Kofa.
There are reports that all of you were just sedition. Some of you, even people who even contested as independent candidates, they get went on the they discuss as independent candidate, but you all are sedition.
No,
So you took the decision on the basis of because you are sedition.
Honorable Endiato Ray is not a sedition. She had never contested on CDC ticket. So you can't say that everybody was sedition. Honorable Tomo Goswa, despite he didn't vote, but he's one of
He's from the ANC.
From the ANC, he's from the Unity Party. Went to the ANC, and today he's with the ANC. It's not on the basis of party; it's on the basis of building the confidence of the Liberian people. Sometimes I like to be more practical, Augustine. The Liberians are reaching to a stage that they're getting impatient with the system. The Liberians are getting impatient with the system. And this should be clear, and a lot of people are listening. You can have all of the wealth. When people don't trust you, it's nothing. I know there are a lot of people who has money, who are contested elections in the country and not won. But people who don't have it, they won. It's on the basis of the confidence from the people.
Trust.
The trust. If we might look at cash, this going election, President Bokar wouldn't have won. If we might look at cash in 2017, President Weah wouldn't have won. The money is not all to it, but it's the confidence. When people build confidence in you, whatever little you do for them, they appreciate it.
So power shifted from you people because of lack of trust.
Yeah, the people fear that the system was not working for them because the deputies they have at the level of the legislatures were not speaking out to them. Sometimes we have to be blunt to issues. We don't have to miss our words. Honorable Yeke Kaluba got 12,000 votes in 2017. In 2023, he got 22 to 23,000 votes. There were Liberians who walked distances, who transported themselves, and registered for Honorable Yeke to see him as a person who speaks for them. Whatever he did, even it was wrong, but at that point, they see him to be someone who speaks for them. It just, you don't need a rocket scientist. You sit in a chimo and understand that the Liberian people may not need someone who will insult, may not need someone who will physically fight, but they need people, they need men who will ensure that the executive work for them. You don't need rocket scientists to come tell you see what happened in the Liberian. There are actions of the Liberian, the way vote are directed. You know, there's a talk that people have, they say the man led the country, but he make it. To have to see a president who lost by 20,000 to 24,000 votes, you could see people making decisions. It shows that they were not happy. But they sent me a signal to their deputy, they send me a signal to their employees that we want you to work in our interest. Whatever you do it in our interest.
Let's get to because we have the traffic hold you and we went into the time. Let's get to the legislature now. On yesterday, you were appointed on a committee, appropriate account. Am I right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, appropriate account, expenditure and audit. What all about that committee? There are a lot of persons who have said why that committee should be given to you if you're doing it the CDC way. Were there some criteria set up, or is it that it is based on the knowledge you have about the committee? Man, you've been there for the past 6 years, and perhaps you have worked on the committee of PAC, and you understand the workings of the legislature. On what basis you think you got that position?
There are times people make comments, people make expressions based upon personal feelings. But there are times I will give the platform, I will give the opportunity to everyone to do research. The Committee on Public Accounts expenditure, and audit all around the world. All, I'm not saying one place, all around the world are committees that is reserved for oppositions.
Okay.
All around the world are committees that are reserved for oppositions. The legislature have the sole responsibility to make law, to have representation, make law, and have oversight. In the oversight, they have check and balances, and they should ensure that the value for money is achieved. The committee that have the sole responsibility among all of the committees is the Public Account Committee. So in major parliament, in other countries, the major opposition party are given that committee to have the government to be checked, to have the government to ensure that the value for money is achieved in the interest of the public. Being an accountant, a former acting controller, being a co-chair for 6 unbroken years, I have the historicity of the committee. I have gone through intensive trainings. I come on the table with professional experience. I come on the table with professional knowledge that I can lead the committee for the next 3 to 6 years, depending on the convening of the speaker. So it's not on the basis of party. It's also on the basis of parliamentary proceeding. It's on the basis of experience and knowledge gained.
How do you intend to make it effective?
There where the issues come about. Like I said, and I will say, the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Nima Boakai, came with a platform among many, but the one that captured international concern is the issue of transparency and accountability. If accountability and transparency must be effective, it means you need a rebuffed PAC. The PAC this time, we are going to have regular audit hearing. We are going to have periodic reviews of budget performances. The PFN law calls for 3 months. The Constitution gives all unlimited time to access any record. We are going to request and demand a view right into the revenue generations and the expenditure of this country, that we, as deputies of the people, we have the responsibility to have check and balance value.
I did not get that right. You said a viewing right?
It means that we are going to build a system in the PAC that every revenue and every expenditure generated by the country should be monitored by us. We need that. It's not something that we are begging. It's something that it is our right to have. So we need a view right into the system. We want to ensure that all institutions are in compliance with the PFN and the PPCC Act. We don't want people doing wasteful expenditures. We are going to ensure that Public Work and PPCC publish on a regular basis the non-compliance contractors. Contractors who are given contract and they perform, they should be published. Their name should be blacklisted, and they can't get another contract again.
You think you come in with witch hunting?
It's not witch hunting. It's the issue of accountability and transparency. Accountability and transparency don't come with witch hunting. It comes with fairness. I want someone to call and say that what you are saying is not professional. What you are saying is not in the purview of the committee.
It could be professional, but then the question will be, then how can you then initiate it during your government?
Again, I was co-chair. You heard the chairman, and you heard a lot of public hearings. If you follow the PAC, there were a lot of public hearings. If the Agosida system were installed, at that time it was monitored by GSC. But GSC said it got broken down, and then over the period of time, the Ministry of Finance has not been able to. Again, GSC have the sole responsibility to do so, but they may not have the teeth to boil as compared to us. So we are demanding, instead of GST having it, we want to have it now. So even if it didn't happen in the past,
is it by law?
the Constitution gives us the right to have oversight. Our rules, if you read our rules, if you go to the public account, they say the public account can summon any journal. And when they tell you you can summon any journal, there may be confidentiality laws in the nations, but there are two areas that you can't have from. You can't have from the court, you can't have from the legislature. Because if you are hiding information and the public expect to have oversight, how do we have oversight? We don't have the requisite information. So we need all information to be available. Like it's surprising. Yesterday I read on Facebook there was a guy from IB Bank who has been arrested and prosecuted today. That he was a cleric.
SIB. Right.
Seems to be correct. He was a clearing officer. He's a clearing officer at Central Bank, and make away with 21 million Liberian at 300,000 United States dollars. Can you imagine? If now there's the concern that we need to dive into, that guy may have done it on his own, but it could be an organized crime. For someone to divert government revenue or personal deposit, it might be deeper than that. And sometimes people will say, let's assume it was not government revenue that he diverted to a personal use. Let's agree that it was deposited money that was meant to be deposited into SIB that he diverted. What brings it to the concern of the legislature and the PEC is that for every time an individual divert a revenue for an institution, it also has a trickle-down effect on government. For every time revenues are hidden, the taxes will not be fully declared. So we want to ensure that the system works. One of the issues we also have to do is to ensure the performances of all revenue generating institutions. For you will have MPA, LPRC, Maritime. They should not be turning us into the national budget what they can bring on the table. They should be, we should be telling them what they can bring, or what they should bring.
Okay. Oh no, God, we will talk more on this. Like I said, the time we didn't have. The traffic, you didn't come. The time, but I guess we will find time next week. We'll talk more just on this PEC thing to know in depth about this PEC. So let's just take a few calls to open the lines. There are people all following, people watching from your district, Maghibie County. Let's 0776296659. Now let's take a few calls right here. Let me talk to this person on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. Let me say good morning to one of my representatives on our parents' car. I'm Daniel Johnson, calling from Habel Firestone this morning. Let me appreciate on our car and let me say congratulations to him. I think Maghibie won, especially the representation on the public account. And he said something key, and I want to emphasize the issue of we electing them to parliament is to represent us adequately.
Right.
So I'm consulting them, let them put aside their self-benefit or interest and focus on the vast majority of the Liberian people interest.
Okay, let me talk to this person on the line. Good morning.
I want to say a pleasant good morning.
Good morning.
And let me say a pleasant good morning to your guests in studio. I'm following the discussion from District 4, and as usual, this is the voice of Akwe Boy Senior. Augustine, I listened to your guest, and there are so many, proceedings that he gave when it comes to the House of Legislature, and I think he spoke right and he spoke lengthily. But I get to ask him this question this morning. It is wireless.
Ask your question, Chief.
That the Centerfold legislature will go down history as one of the worst legislature ever. So what kind of legislature do we see in this 55th legislature?
All right, let me talk to this person on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Auguste. Good morning to my ever-present representative Honorable Clarence. Good morning. Let me appreciate you.
This is Emmett.
And it's true, you are speaking a real legislator. And I know this legislature will bring a new parenting to us. But my question, why the fuck can you get it from by giving your president to the power when it comes to agriculture? Thank you so much.
Okay, they hope for agriculture. Let me take 2 more calls. Good morning.
Good morning, Augustine. Good morning to Honorable God. My name is Sam Zog.
Okay.
Honorable God, let me say thank you this morning. You spoke well. And we've been following your work in District 5 in my DB. You are one of the representatives who always reach out to the people. And by your new preferment, I want to congratulate you. I know you will perform well. You have been doing it in time past. I want to say thank you this morning.
Thank you. Well, let me talk to this person. We'll take 1 more call and go to him. Good morning.
Good morning, people.
Good morning, let's hear you.
Let me say good morning to my name is Bonnie G. Daniel Jr., and I do join the conversation on Jersey number 3 North Florida State. I listen to the Honorable. I think that his financial understanding is unimaginable because he owns issue of financial management and how well the working public account committee. There was one person who was very vocal on Minister Square for 6 years, and I think that these are people that like really at the legislature to be over that part of party line because he's on the CDC, but very vocal on his own party.
Okay.
He should carry on these things so that the people of Liberia can benefit from his advocacy for the requisite thing to be done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me take this last call right on the line. Good morning. Well, we can't take you like that. Let me talk to this person. Your background is too noisy. Good morning.
Thank you, Augustine. Let me say good morning to the Honorable Lawmaker in studio. My name is Aloysius P. Flomo Jr., and I phoned in this morning from District 2 in my Gibi County. Honorable, congratulations on your preferment as the chairperson of the Public Account Committee at the lower house. But Augustine, you did ask the Honorable a question as to why he think his appointment came about. And he just made mention that all over the world, it is universal that particular position should be given to an opposition lawmaker.
Preferably.
He's an opposition lawmaker in that position now. But what hope, like one of the callers said, what hope and what is the assurance he give to the people of Liberia and Magibi County that he has some experience when it comes to serving and that he can best deliver that particular committee to the expectation?
Okay. All right, and let me hold you there, and please, the call too much, but we can't take any call now. Let's get to the honorable. You listen to the calls.
Yeah, Augustine. Let me just start with the first call out to who commended us on our preferment. We want to say thank you too, and it is our hope and their burdens and their confidence imposing on that we have to perform. The burden of performing the interest of the public lies on us now. And again, let's go back to one of the caller who called and said the 54th will go down
in history as the worst. And what do you envision for the 55th?
What do I envision? But let me go back to the 54th. The 54th, if the public sees the 54th as the worst in the history, I will tell you definitely the oppositions at that time were weak. There's why we have stood up. Augustine, you are working with True FM. And government says that they want to monitor the frequency of True FM. And government appoint one Augustine to monitor. Even let's assume Augustine is doing the right thing. Once the perceptions or the mindset that there's a conflict of interest, whatever you do, they're not going to appreciate it. Let me say in the 54th, to have a speaker, to have a deputy speaker from the ruling establishment was a complete big mistake on the part of the opposition.
They lie.
Yeah, they lie because they were in numbers. They were in numbers. There were many times, if you see some of us became unpopular with our own party, there were issues we couldn't just easily agree to. And there were pieces of advice we gave. And many presidents feel that they were demand God and it led them to where we are today. That's why in the 54, we didn't agree to a unity party speaker. Not on the basis that the person who were given or who was offered to us is a bad guy. No. Richie is a smart guy. He's the best accountant in the country. He's a financial expert. He has worked, he has experience. But again, for the confidence of the Liberian, again, for the repeat of the 54th, we don't want it. We say they have a balance of power, to have an effective oversight, to have checks and balance. Like I said, in one of the examples I was giving, there are signs around you you don't need for people to come and tell you, or you don't need for you to be written to know that your decision is wrong or your decision is right. If you monitor the speakership election on the 15th, I don't know when in the history of Liberia, but let me be specific, in post-war, that the speakership elections in this country went that way. The entire country were monitoring. And there are text messages in on both phones that you could see people telling, oh, thank you. You stood up. There were people who even didn't want to see us because of our political alignment in 2023. But they start coming around and say, thank you. You people stood up in the interest of the Liberian. It shows to you the decision we made on the 15th was the decision of the Liberian. Now my big brother Anthony Moses, again, I want to use the platform to say thank you to him for a numerous support, spiritually and physically. The issue of agriculture, I said on Radio Mike Gibby this morning, our position does not come with extra benefit, but it comes with some presumptive. We will move to, we work with the agriculture ministry to ensure that whatever agenda under the president, because we know the president to be a professional agriculturist, on a watch, we expect the issue of agriculture to be prioritized on the agenda.
I know, God, we gotta go because we don't have the luxury of time. But next week we hope to bring you by next week. So let's get a party statement. Yeah. This will be strictly PAC. We just talk about the PAC. Thank you so kindly. His Representative Clarence, God of Mikey, we counted District number 5. He been here on our last segment of the Truth Breakfast Show. Thank you. That's how we take our weekend break to be back, God's willing, on this week. Never trouble until trouble troubles you. He has been Augustine Sarkoris Kanga, edition of the Truth Breakfast Show. Do have yourself a pleasant weekend.